So good morning and welcome back to Daily Transfer Update. Today we are linked with 4 players in the market and the transfer window is officially open as of now. So there could be some early business done in the next week or so. Before I get into the 4 players, don't forget, smash a thumbs up on the video, subscribe as well if you're new, and check out my Instagram as well. I'm trying to push that up to 10k, so it's easier for me to link my content in the swipe up feature on the stories. So go and check out LeeGunner82. If you DM me and tell me you followed me from one of these videos, I will follow you back soon as I read the DM. But let's start off with the first player, and this is a kid I have never heard of. He's a free signing in the summer. He's out of contract at the end of June, and this is the Charlton central midfielder Joe Aribo. He is wanted not only by Arsenal, but apparently Celtic, Rangers, Southampton and Rennes are all chasing this guy's signature this summer. He's ripping it up in League One. He's done very, very well for them since breaking into the team. In total, he has played 95 games for them, scoring 16 goals and 15 assists. So pretty decent stats for a young lad. He's only 22 years old. This season he's got 10 goals and 5 assists. So he's doing really well. Obviously he's left his options wide open. He knew that he'd obviously have clubs chasing after him. I'm sure his agent's been telling him what clubs are interested. Hence why he has not signed a new contract with Charlton. So that could be one that could bubble on for the next week or two, possibly even longer. But like I said, there is a lot of clubs interested in this kid. Would he get into Arsenal's team? I'm not so sure. I don't think he would. I think we have somebody in that position in terms of the same player, and that is Joe Willock. Joe Willock's exactly the same central midfielder. He can score goals, he can create goals. I can't see this being a goer for Arsenal, but stranger things have happened. On to the second player of the day, and that is Dejeni Dakonam. We were actually linked with the Getafe centre-back back in January. So this one surfaced again, reported fee around £13.5 million, which I suppose in today's market is pretty good value. He's 27 years old as well, so he's coming into his prime years as a centre-back. So I think this could be a goer. I think that obviously Unai Emery's got a knowledge of the Spanish league, having managed there with 2 or 3 different clubs. So I think that this is something that has got legs to it, and I think that this could be something that happens. Whether it does or not, we shall see, but I think that the player himself, if you actually have a look at the player, is exactly an Unai Emery type player. He's very quick, he's very clever on the ball, he can walk out of defence with the ball. He's also very versatile as well. He can play left back, and he has done that a lot of times this season for Getafe. So I think this one could be a winner, and I think it's something that we've definitely got to be looking at. He has played 38 games this season, so he's obviously not injury prone either. I think that one could be a done deal come the end of this transfer window. £13.5 million, that seems like peanuts right now. So if I was Arsenal, I'd definitely be looking to get him in. Player number 3, that is Moussa Dembele. No, not the one that used to play for Tottenham that went for a nice little payday out in China. This is the one that used to play for Fulham and Celtic. And this kid is only 22 years old. He's currently at Lyon and he is absolutely ripping it up. He has already bagged this season 22 goals and 6 assists. And he has played 50 games this season for Lyon. 50 games. He has played nearly every single game. This guy's got a contract until 2023. And I don't know if you remember, but when he was at Celtic, he was smashing it at Celtic as well. Now, people will look at that and say, yeah, but they're not the greatest leagues in the world and blah, blah, blah. Yes, that is very true. But then if you look at some of the players that have come from the French league, you look at the likes of Eden Hazard, Kante, Mahrez, to name but a few. So even Payet came from there as well. I think this kid could go all the way to the top. You know, and when, like I said, when he was at Celtic, he done really well and he was a lot younger then. Now he's at Lyon, he's stepped up into what I would say is a better league, although it's not a great deal better than the Scottish League, but it's a little bit more competitive for the teams lower down, especially. They're all fighting against each other. But I think that this could be a deal that goes through in the summer. Maybe not to Arsenal, but I think he will come to the Premier League. The other club that are interested in him are, funny enough, Man United. They have been interested in just about every player we're interested in. So, as I've said in previous daily updates, transfer updates videos, us and Man United are going to battle it out. Now, the key to that could be whether we win the Europa League in a couple of weeks' time. If we win that, that could speed up some of these deals. That could also sway them in our favour because we'll be able to offer and dangle the carrot of Champions League football. Now, that remains to be seen whether that happens. But I've said many times, and it will happen this summer, us and Man United are going to be tracking some very, very good players, but we're both going to be battling it out for them players. They can offer more money. Can we offer Champions League football? That will be seen in 2 weeks' time when we play the final. Player number 4. We have actually been linked to this guy before. I think it was last year, us and Tottenham were linked to him. And that is Ben Mee, the Burnley centre-back. Now, if you speak to Burnley fans, they rate him more highly than Tarkowski. He is a very, very good centre-back. Again, he is coming, well, he's probably in his prime years now. He's 29 years old. You could give him maybe a 4-year contract, get him up to 33 years old, and it'd give you some good years out of that. He's proven he can do it in the Premier League. He's played 38 league games this season. That is every single league game he has played this season. So again, another one that can go through the physicality barrier. He can go through the test of time. He can stand up and take it. Because the Premier League, as we all know, is so intense. You can get an injury just like that in this league. But the fact that he has played 43 games overall, he's played 38 of the league games. And again, this is another one that is going to be relatively cheap. Reports going around that it's going to be anywhere between 15 and 20 million pounds. There will be other clubs queuing up for him as well, I'm sure. Obviously, Burnley have survived again in the Premier League. A miracle from Sean Dyche. They looked dead and buried at one stage earlier in the season when they were fighting in the Europa League and stuff like that to try and qualify, and started their season stupidly early in July. They looked absolutely out of it. But he has done a fantastic job at Burnley, Sean Dyche. And part of that job has been making this guy better. Ben Mee has been fantastic for them. And pairing him with Tarkowski, I think they've both been fairly decent. Yes, they ship a lot of goals, but they have not got a great deal of quality around them. So for me, I think that could be a win. That could be an absolute win. And I'm liking the fact that we're actually linked to centre-backs because we badly need centre-backs at Arsenal. For me, I think Koscielny should leave now. I think that's done. I think he's got to that age now where he's come back from that mad injury, the Achilles injury. And he has been fantastic, don't get me wrong, since he's come back. But, you know, his body ain't up to it anymore. The pace and the intensity of the league. So, for me, we need to replace him. We also need to replace Mustafi. So, I think we should definitely be looking at Ben Mee. We could do a lot worse than that. Again, we could be looking at this other guy from Getafe as well, De Conan. Both of them would set us around about 35 million quid. And when you look at it like that, that is how much we paid for Mustafi. So we could actually plug 2 gaps that need to be plugged with 2 players that are at the right age, in my opinion, to go straight into the first team. They'd have Socrates next to him if we're playing in a free. We could even put Rob Holding in the team as well. So, you know, you could mix and match. You could play a 4, we're a flat back 4 and play 2 centre backs, and you could mix that up. And I think with Holding, with Socrates, and both of them, I think that would be a good 4 to go and challenge and get into that top 4 next season. So I don't know. This is going to go on. Obviously, the day has only just begun. It's day 1. The transfer window is officially open. There is going to be a lot more rumours going around over the next few months, and I'm going to keep you up to date with as many of them as I can for Arsenal. So don't forget, subscribe, like and share as well. Get the content around. Stick a thumbs up on the video as well. Don't forget also, go back and check out part 3 of my season review. I dropped that last night at around 9 o'clock, so go and give that a watch. I'll link that to the end screen on this, so it's easier for you to find. And also this evening, I'll be doing part 4. There is only 2 more parts to that. I'm not going to string it out for too long, but there will be part 4 coming out later on tonight, and then tomorrow we'll wrap it up with part 5. But until then, I'm out of here. Laters, peeps.